In 1997, the San Antonio Spurs were one of the worst teams in the entire NBA. Finishing the season with just 20 wins and with a rookie head coach leading the way, their future was uncertain. Their two best
Greg Popovich, old ass
players were an aging Dominique Wilkins just 1 year away from his last NBA season, and their franchise player in David Robinson, who was sidelined with a season-ending injury that would linger for the rest of his career. The franchise was in a downward spiral with no end in sight. But what they did have was one more chance to make it right. Coming off the worst season in franchise history, the Spurs were given the third best odds to get the first overall pick in the 1997 draft.
This shit has been rigged off the rip. Third best odds? Back then, there was not no equal, like they didn't change it, nothing like that. Third best.
Exactly what the organization needed to rejuvenate their roster. But according to pre-draft evaluations, the gap between the potential first pick and the third pick was massive. Get the third pick and settle for a small forward out of Utah named Keith Van Horn, or win the lottery and land on the best NBA prospect in over a decade, a 4-year starter out of Wake Forest by the name of Tim Duncan. And on the day
That's tough, man. That's tough,
of the draft lottery, the future of the Spurs franchise and the
rigged? Maybe.
future of the NBA would change forever.
The second pick in the 1997 NBA draft goes to the Philadelphia 76ers. And that means that the first pick in the 1997 NBA draft goes to the San Antonio Spurs.
Even when they had the pink, turquoise, and orange. Shit been rigged forever, bro. This is whack, bro.
See this guy right here? That's Spurs chairman Peter Holt. And in this moment, he was the happiest man on earth because he just won the first overall pick in the 97 NBA draft. Who he would pick was already a foregone conclusion. But not Peter or anyone else at the time knew that the Spurs just won the rights to one of the greatest players in the history of the game. And
it's hilarious because people don't be putting the respect on Tim Duncan name that he need. People would just be overlooking him, but little do some people even realize he's the greatest power forward of all time.
This very moment was the beginning of one of the greatest dynasties in NBA history. And now 26 years later, luck would have it that the Spurs have found themselves right in the middle of another historic night once again, because they now have the rights to the #1 overall pick in the 2023 NBA draft. And the prospect they plan on picking up is claimed to be bigger and better than anything we have ever seen.
Well, he is bigger, pause. In terms of height and length. Is he better? We have yet to find out.
Get closer to draft day, the hype surrounding Victor Wembanyama is growing by the minute. Experts and analysts claiming he's the greatest prospect in the history of the sport. Some even claiming he's the best prospect of any sport ever.
I don't care. I'm taking Braun over him. 03, I'm taking Braun. I'm sorry, I'm taking Braun. I said it. I'm scared of Vic's injuries. That's all it is. I'm just scared of his injuries. I'm taking Braun.
Franchise that gets him believed to have hit the basketball jackpot that will set them up for 2 decades of success and championships. But how good can one prospect actually be? Fans already talking about future championships for the Spurs since they've essentially landed Victor. But turning potential greatness into real winning and championships is a task that very few players have ever been capable of doing.
That's two different things. Oh, that's two different things. We done seen so many talented players not win no rings. Two different things. Let's get that straight. But the thing is, it's the Spurs now who have the history of actually winning chips and actually knowing how to win. So that's low-key what's telling me that Vic is gonna end up being Vic. He's in the right hands, and that the injuries won't play so much of a factor. But we'll see. Only time will tell.
Out of the last 25 #1 overall draft picks, how many do y'all think have won a Finals MVP? Maybe 4 or
2.
5? How about 1?
1.
There has been 1.
Just LeBron. Hold on. Hold the fuck up. Let me take this cam out the way. Let's take the cam out the way. Let's make this cam dumb tiny. Ant-Man shit. Alright? You need to see everything, nigga. Alright? So boom, let's look at this, bro. Let's look. The fact that we see illustration of LeBron James and we see another player like Anthony Bennett in the other, it's just sad, man. It's just sad. And I know this 2013 draft class was ass, but still, bro, come on, man. Cade Cunningham has played like what? 15 games, season-ending injury after season-ending injury. Is he even going to play basketball? The world may never know. Like the licks it takes to the fucking center of a fucking Tootsie Pop. Let's let Jimmy cook, though.
Number one overall pick in the last 25 seasons who has won a Finals MVP. But Finals MVPs are about the toughest thing to win in all of basketball. So what about regular season MVPs?
Oh yeah,
How
we
many
got a
of
few.
the last 25 first overall picks have won at least one of those?
There's a few.
2. LeBron.
Oh, yeah, there's 2. Maybe another third incoming, man. My boy Paolo Banchero out here in Orlando. We bleed blue out here.
And Derrick Rose. That's it. But how about this? How many of the last 25 number one overall picks do you think have won a championship? They could be a
I'm gonna guess 4. No. 6.
role player for all I care. As long as they have a ring, it counts. But the answer is still just 6.
Yes, sir. I guessed that off the rip, man. 6. What you talking about, man?
Winning in
6
the
right
NBA
there, man.
is very, very.
And mind you, how many of them were responsible by LeBron James? 1, 2, 3. Man, give LeBron some credit, bro. He didn't help 3 of these other number one overall picks over the past 25 years win rings. Come on, man. Give him some respect, bro.
Very hard to do. But fans and experts are already putting this burden on a kid who hasn't even been drafted yet. But we've done this before. Unrealistic hype and expectations met with inevitable disappointment. It feels like just yesterday, Zion Williamson was being regarded as the greatest basketball prospect of the decade. And yet here we are, 4 years later, and Zion has played in just 29 games over the last 2 seasons. And
29 is insane. I really just thought of that number.
And has yet to play in a single playoff game. Great player.
Get him out of Louisiana, he probably won't put on so much goddamn weight.
But as of right
All that
now,
eating and
far from the
cooking.
franchise-altering force he was hyped up to be. Here's another player who was said to be a generational prospect coming
Andrew
into
Wiggins.
the NBA. Nicknamed the Fresh Prince, being that he was the successor to LeBron King James.
Michael Kidd-Gilchrist?
This is Ben Simmons.
Oh. Yeah,
A
he ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing, bro. He ain't step up to nothing.
That was too afraid to take a shot in a playoff game and peaked in his 2nd season in the league.
Peak second season is crazy, but that pass-up shot was, oh my, that was the beginning of the end.
And we do this to young players far
Aiden.
more often
Oh,
than
don't
you
even get me started about Aiden. They could have Luka Doncic.
would think. DeAndre Ayton
Wow.
is a solid NBA player. Nowhere near a superstar, but he could be a key piece on a championship-winning team. Now,
Do you need him? Do you need him? You can get better. Depends on if the counterparts are lifting up his dead weight. Because that nigga do not be doing a lot of shit a lot of the time.
Now, would you believe that just 3 months before he was drafted, he was labeled as a, quote, anomaly in the moment?
Come on, fuck out of here, bro. This nigga, no, hell no.
It always feels like the next guy up is going to be the guy.
Whoa. You ain't gonna just throw my boy Markelle Fultz in there like that and just disregard him as somebody who's sorry. Cause when this nigga about to go crazy next season. Now I'm not saying it's like he's the number one best in this draft class to ever touch it, but he had a fall off. But his bounce back game is about to be notorious and glorious. And now in the coming years, Orlando about to be victorious. Come on, man, we ain't done. It's not done.
In the moment, it always feels like
He's
the
not
next
done,
guy
bro.
up is going
Trust in my guy Markelle, bro. Come on, man.
to be the guy. And then shortly after, we
better
forget
fix
about
that
the
3.
unwarranted comparisons and move on to the next.
This nigga was drafted before Luka Doncic too. Oh wow.
Guy. But to really understand how rare it is to draft a player who becomes an all-time great, stays healthy, and stays loyal to the franchise that drafted him, we have to look at the teams and players who actually did it. If we're talking about transcendent players who led the team that drafted them to multiple championships, then that list only includes 7 players who were drafted in the modern NBA.
Wow.
Over 3
They put multiple though. They put multiple. So you couldn't put Bron in that category because he led the Cavs to 1. But that 1 is worth 2 because he led the fucking Cleveland Cavaliers. The state of Ohio to a championship. Come on, man. He just gonna give him the one.
1,000 players drafted since 1980 and 7.
And then he put Kobe there, drafted to the Hornets, but he carries the Lakers. Okay, respect.
Went on to be a loyal, franchise-altering talent. These players right here are icons, legends in their franchise and to the game, and they only come around about once in a decade. Now, if Victor is as good as advertised, he could be added to this list one day. But the path to get there is long and riddled with players who fell short. But in the NBA, even
Karl Malone. I'm not even gonna say it. EDP.
The stars, superstars, and once-in-a-generation talents struggle to win the ultimate prize. Luka Doncic has been a phenom since he entered the NBA, so far exceeding all pre-draft expectations. And yet 5 seasons into his NBA journey, and he has yet to see the finals, and even missed
it's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. He missed the playoffs this past year. It was a little rough. You got Kyrie and shit. You know, it was a little rough. Roster was all discombobulated, lost some players and stuff. It was a little rough. Give my boy Luka some time. Give my boy Luka some time, bro. Give him
playoffs
some time.
In this last season.
Get him a roster. Give him a roster. He can go show you he's a demon.
Is one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. But even he had to abandon the team that drafted him to join a juggernaut of a team to win a championship.
Oh, because his spot-up shooter was Andre fucking Roberson. Duh.
James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Joel Embiid. The list of all-time great players.
All I heard was a whole bunch of players with no rings. Respectfully, with all due respect, they all great. I like them all. I like all their games. But I just hold a whole bunch of names with no rings.
Who have yet to win a title or find any real success in the playoffs is massive, which makes the expectations on Wembanyama all the more baffling. To think that a 19-year-old can come into a struggling franchise and turn everything around may not be realistic. And even worse, it may not even be fair to the young man. Ironically, the best turnaround directly caused by a rookie in modern NBA history was by Tim Duncan. After the Spurs drafted Duncan, their win total jumped from 20 wins in 1997 to 56 wins in 1998. A 36-win jump in Timmy's first season with the team and a championship in his second season. This is by far the greatest leap a team has ever seen simply by adding a rookie to their roster.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If the Magic did not have lost Markelle Fultz the first 25 games of the season, Paulo would have been on this list. Paulo Banchero would have been on this list.
Bird was another immediate franchise-altering player for the Celtics, but that was nearly half a century ago. LeBron couldn't do it, KD couldn't do it, Steph and Michael took years to pull it off. And yet somehow, we don't just want, but we expect this 19-year-old kid to do it. I really think some fans don't understand the pressure that they are putting on Wembanyama. He could be great, amazing, injury-free, generational, and to expect this level of excellence out of him could still be far too much.
God damn, where you think he got them jeans from, boy? Golly. Wow, them some long-ass jeans, bro. Them custom fit jeans. They custom made jeans. They long, bruh. I wonder what type of drip he got. I don't even know if he got drip. Do they make clothes in his size? Like, what if you threw him a pair of Eric Emanuel shorts? Them bitches look like booty shorts, bro.
For the past 25 seasons, the average MVP finishes the season with a win share total of 15.2. Over that same time span, the average All-Star has a win share total of 10. And among the 450 active players in any given season, the average single-season win share total across the league is just 2. Now, over the last 25 years, among #1 overall picks in their rookie season, the average win share total is 4.2.
How do I predict this shit? I don't even know it. I'm different, bro.
The number jumps to 5.7 in their second season and then hits 7.9 in their third season. But by season 4, many of these once prodigies start to lose their minutes. They fall out of the rotation, they fail to adapt their game and skill sets to the NBA, and the average win share falls to 6.7. And by season 5, by the time we as fans have made a decision on these players, the average win share total falls to just 5.9, about the same as the average starter in the NBA. This is the career of an average #1 overall pick in the NBA. We see #1 overall players as the guys who went on to have great careers. Guys like Kyrie and Anthony Davis and LeBron. But we forget.
AD's had a solid career, but this inconsistency has made it tough. Because he could be so much better. but he's not because his inconsistency just isn't there. Oh man, that's tough. And his injuries, it's tough. But he's great. He's great. Great career. Probably end up being a Hall of Famer.
Forgets that far more often, these #1 overall picks pan out to be players like Markelle Fultz.
Whoa. Stop the disrespect. Stop it. Stop disrespecting Markelle, bro. Why is he in this conversation? Bro? Well, the second Markelle begin to go off next fucking season, and we see this nigga going crazy, nigga averaging damn near triple-double numbers, nigga 3-point shot back, I don't want to hear shit. I want to see him go back, re-edit this vid, and put asterisks right next to it and say I'm wrong. Put the bitch in the description. Stop playing with Markelle, bro. This is ridiculous, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. You throwing in this conversation with Anthony fucking Bennett. This nigga Markelle making a whole comeback right now. You gonna throw him in this conversation? Come on, man. Disrespect, bro. Markelle, I need you to go crazy, bro.
Andrea Bargnani and Kwame Brown. But even for the groundbreaking prospects who are league ready the day they put on an NBA jersey, the result is still rarely a championship or real hardware or impact. Over the last 25 years, the players who had the largest impact in their rookie season were Chris Paul, Ben Simmons, and Blake Griffin, followed by the 12 next best rookies of the last 25 seasons.
Ben Simmons
You
was
are
him.
looking at the greatest rookie seasons of this century, and yet only half of them were even the best player on their team by the end of their first season in the league. But I want y'all to take a guess at how many of these players even made the playoffs in their rookie season. Got your answer? 2. Which means out of the 15 best rookies,
There's a reason why I want Iguodala to take that shot, bro.
who've entered the league over the last
Shout out
25
Max, man.
seasons, not a single one of them led their team to the playoffs. And among these same 15 rookie sensations, by their third season in the league, only 4 of them managed to lead their team to the playoffs as the best player on the team. It is very hard to win in the NBA, but like some sort of gambling addict, us NBA fans like to count the wins while ignoring the losses. Somehow the countless
Stop putting Markelle up on there, bro. Stop playing with it, bro.
misses we've had are outweighed by the 1 or 2 we got right. Is Victor Wembanyama the most hyped NBA prospect of all time? Well, I'm not sure. Some experts that have been around a lot longer than I have would like to say so, but if my memory serves me right, I can recall a 17-year-old LeBron James drawing so much attention that he managed to have an Ohio high school basketball game featured on national television.
Wow, goated, bro. Ohio, bro. Ohio on ESPN, bro. Insane.
Long before
At 2-0.
social media, the likes of LeBron James, Patrick Ewing, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar were all household names before they even put on an NBA jersey. I don't know if Wembanyama is at that level of hype at the moment, but he's getting there. And with that amount of hype comes overwhelming pressure to perform. It's easy to sit back and watch this kid play, see his incredible tools in action.
I think he is at that level. It's just a different generation, and it's in a different way. The way social media has pushed players and made their fame is like, it seems bigger before, because there's no like phones and social media and so much stuff to where like he's blasted in every single headline because the news reports and all that stuff is the only thing that was available. So you're gonna push those biggest things in those areas. But right now it's kind of like it's a little watered down. It's a little different way. But I think in terms of status, everybody done heard of this man.
7 feet
7'5" guard, like bro, people was like, yeah,
5 inches tall, 8-foot wingspan with a silky
need
smooth
to
jump
go.
shot
Braun the boat.
and world-class defensive instincts, and one can only assume he will find immediate or even eventual success in the form of championships and cultural impact in the NBA. Coaches and scouts who have been around the game for decades and have seen every prospect rise through the ranks over the years are saying Victor Wembanyama is better than all of them. It would take an era-defining talent to come into the NBA and transform a franchise into a dynasty. But if Victor is everything we think he is, he may just be the next player to do it.
I ain't gonna lie, I can't wait to watch this nigga hoop. I just want to see this nigga play in the league against some real comp, against the MBs, against Giannis, long ass skinny battle against Chet Holmgren, all that stuff. You know, I want to see all the matchups, bro. I want to see it all, bro. I want to see how his game really translates too. But